If I asked you to think of the craziest fight you've ever witnessed, what would you say? Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson One? Mike Tyson versus the real deal? Mcgregor Khabib? While all these were pretty wild, compared to our choice, they look like absolutely nothing. In fact, this fight is one that will forever go down in the history books as one of the most entertaining 13 minutes and 9 seconds that you'll ever witness. Guessed it yet? We're of course talking about the legendary fight between Michel Pereira and Diego Sanchez, and in this video, we'll break down the very best moments. So Michel Pereira and Diego Sanchez took place as a co-main event to UFC's Fight Night 167, and it didn't exactly have a world of hype behind it. I mean, sure, Sanchez was, and still is, an absolute warrior, and someone who has fought everyone in the welterweight division. However, he'd also lost to the top guys like BJ Penn and Koscheck. Pereira, on the other hand, had only had 2 bouts in the UFC before this fight, one of them being a loss. He was kind of just seen as the guy who showboated too much instead of actually getting the job done. So yeah, there wasn't a massive backstory like you get with so many legendary UFC fights. However, the moment that the cage was locked, let's just say all of that went out the window, and these two Spartans put on one of the most entertaining shows we've ever witnessed. The fight started off with an intense stare down. Sanchez would not take his eyes off Pereira, and the moment the bell sounded, he rushed at Pereira to land a cartwheel kick. I mean, most people start with a couple of jabs or a feint, right? Well, clearly this guy didn't get the memo. Sanchez then proceeded to use the force to keep the distance, framing his guard like some kind of Jedi. How did Pereira respond? Well, by running up the cage and throwing a devastating head kick. The shenanigans continued throughout round 1, with Sanchez randomly combat rolling in the last 30 seconds. Apparently, he has zero control over his intrusive thoughts. And with that, round 1 was over. Now, as the bell sounded for round 2, no one thought that this pace and style of fight would continue. But you know what? It got even more wild in the next 5 minutes. In the first half of the round, Pereira landed a huge flying knee that landed flush on Sanchez's chin and was followed up by a cage-assisted flying jab. Flying knee combination. Seriously, it looked like something out of the third Matrix movie. Pereira really started to take over in this round, landing the more eye-catching and jaw-shattering shots, mostly in the form of flying knees. But there was still 5 more minutes of that fight to go. The third and final round kicked off with Sanchez throwing and wildly missing a telegraph kick, which Pereira responded to by bouncing around like he was playing The Floor is Lava. The fight then went to the ground, with Sanchez landing a devastating up kick from the bottom. How did Pereira respond? By backflipping onto his opponent's face, of course. As the two scrambled to their feet, Pereira landed another huge knee. This really changed the tide of the trajectory, and Pereira soon got his opponent in the tie clinch, landing knees at will. Sanchez went down. The fight was still in Michel Pereira's hands, but just as he was about to win, he blew it, throwing a knee when Sanchez was down. An illegal shot. Sanchez told the ref he couldn't continue, and just when everyone thought he was going to lose, he got his hand raised via DQ. Honestly, this fight was one of the most insane to watch live, and has more twists and turns than Khabib's entire career combined. The entire fight could be part of the official highlights, and although it didn't go Pereira's way, his stock seriously rose after that night.